There's a quiet lie most people grow up believing, that being alone means something is wrong with you, so you try to fix it. You say yes to invitations you don't really want. You force conversations that drain you. And when you finally get a moment to yourself, you feel guilty for enjoying it. But here's the truth no one tells you. Being alone isn't the problem. Misunderstanding it is. Because there's a difference, a massive one, between being alone and being lonely. Loneliness feels empty, heavy, like something is missing. But solitude can feel like relief, like taking a deep breath after too much noise, like finally hearing your own thoughts again. If you've ever turned down a party just to stay home and felt more at peace than you would have there, then what you're experiencing isn't isolation, it's alignment. And what if the thing you've been told to avoid is actually where your strength begins? Here's where most people get it wrong. They see someone quiet, independent, comfortable being alone, and assume something is off, that you're antisocial, awkward, maybe even a little disconnected. But that's not what's happening. You're not avoiding people because you can't connect. You're choosing your energy because you understand its value. There's a difference between social anxiety and self-sufficiency. One comes from fear, the other comes from awareness. You can enjoy people and still need space. You can care deeply and still prefer silence over constant interaction. Maybe you've sat through long meetings feeling mentally drained while everyone else seemed energized, or found yourself liking someone but still needing time alone to reset. That's not dysfunction, that's design. Your brain isn't rejecting connection. It's just not dependent on it to feel whole. So what's actually happening in your brain when you crave solitude? It comes down to how you respond to stimulation. For some people, the brain is wired like a high-speed highway, constantly seeking noise, interaction, and novelty to feel engaged. That's largely driven by dopamine, the chemical linked to reward and excitement. But your brain works differently. Instead of chasing stimulation, it processes it more deeply. Too much noise, too many conversations, too much input, and your system starts to overload. What feels energizing to others quickly becomes exhausting to you, and that's because your brain is more sensitive to dopamine. So rather than needing more input, it prefers something else entirely. A calmer, more reflective state often associated with acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter linked to focus, deep thinking, and quiet satisfaction. This is why a crowded room can drain you, but a quiet moment alone can feel incredibly restoring. Solitude, for you, isn't an escape from the world. It's how your nervous system resets. It's where your mind slows down enough to process, create, and actually feel clear again. And once you understand that, you stop seeing your need for space as a weakness and start recognizing it as a form of intelligence. When you stop fighting your need for solitude, something powerful happens. You begin to access strengths most people never fully develop. First, there's your ability to do deep work. In a world addicted to distraction, you can sit with a problem longer than most. You don't need constant input or validation. You can focus, think, and create in silence. While others are skimming the surface, you're going deeper, and that depth is where real ideas are born. Then there's your internal validation. You're not constantly looking over your shoulder, wondering what others think. You've spent enough time alone to understand your own standards. Your sense of worth isn't built on applause. It's built from within. And that makes you far less fragile in a world obsessed with approval. And finally, your observational intelligence. Because you speak less, you notice more. The tone shifts, the pauses, the subtle changes in energy people don't even realize they're showing. While others are reacting to the world, you're quietly understanding it, and that awareness, it gives you an edge most people will never see coming. But there's a line here, one that's easy to miss, because sometimes what feels like independence is actually protection. So ask yourself honestly, are you choosing solitude or hiding in it? There's a difference. Healthy independence feels calm, grounded, intentional, but isolation driven by fear feels rigid, defensive, closed off. You stop asking for help even when you need it. You avoid getting too close because relying on someone feels risky. You tell yourself, I'm better off alone. But underneath, there's tension. This is what psychologists often call hyper-independence. And for many people, it doesn't come from strength. It comes from experience. Moments where trust was broken or support wasn't there when it mattered. So your mind adapted. It learned. Depend on no one. And while that can protect you, it can also quietly disconnect you from the kind of connection you still need. So the goal isn't to escape people, and it's not to force yourself into constant connection either. It's balance. Real strength isn't found in isolation. It's found in choosing when to step back and when to step in. Use your solitude intentionally. Let it be where you think clearly, create deeply, and understand yourself without noise. But don't let it become a place you hide in, because you don't need 100 people around you, just a few who truly see you. The truth is, you don't need the world to complete you, but when you choose to engage with it, you do it from clarity, not need, and that changes everything. If this resonated with you, leave a comment and share your experience. I'd love to hear your perspective. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights on psychology, human behavior, and the deeper patterns behind how we think and feel.